Wander open roads with us on the Cherokee Foothills Scenic Highway.
Hey, I'm Robin.
And I'm Miko.
And we're Wander Open Roads.
Cherokee Foothills Scenic Highway is a 119-mile highway through the northern part of South Carolina, following the southernmost peaks of the Blue Ridge Mountains from Gaffney, South Carolina to Fairplay, which is located at the Georgia state line. We actually decided to take a shortcut through Clemson to go up to Table Rock, and being a football fan, that gave us an opportunity to stop by Death Valley. So yeah, that was definitely a cool little stop off on the way. So here's the thing, on this ride, we really only covered the western part of the Cherokee Foothills Scenic Highway from approximately Table Rock west. So we'll definitely have to come back and check out the eastern part that goes to Gaffney. And there were so many things to do and see on this. We really just it's really just kind of the tip of the iceberg is what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to do. We were really trying to do it in one day. We actually needed way more than that because there's so much in the area.
Yeah, I mean, we could have easily spent a week really going and checking out all the stuff. So definitely a good reason for us to come back to the area. And, hindsight being 2020, we camped out near Fairplay, which is at the end of the route. I would probably maybe try to camp out closer to the middle so you'd have a little bit more access to, both the east and west sides of the highway.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you want to see everything and maybe possibly fill up a week of activities.
Yeah, so it was definitely kind of a diamond in the rough for me. I really didn't expect it to be this cool. So I was pretty excited about this, and we are definitely going to have to go back.
Oh yeah, especially because we didn't get to do majority of the things that we wanted to do.
Yeah, so hey, that's just another trip and another video. So our first stop off was at Bald Rock Heritage Preserve, which was really cool.
Yeah, and on your way there, I mean, it's not like a sign or really anything like that. You're just going to see these cars parked on the side of the road, and okay, we need to stop.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was very cool. It was just a really beautiful scenic view. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the overlook really is just kind of a massive area. I mean, it's really a very nice panoramic view of that whole area.
Yeah, a little bit of graffiti and on the rock, but hey, that's a par for the course, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for defacing property, but at the same time, I felt like it added some character to the area and the experience. As you can see, we're actually kind of getting that in the footage. So again, not a big fan of graffiti, but it made it kind of cool.
So with all that riding, we were starting to get a little bit hungry. So we stopped by this place called the Mountain House, which was right down the road from Caesar's Head State Park, and it was a cool little place.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting, just the kind of architecture and the items that they had inside the store. Just, made it, very inviting, and, just kind of felt like a little corner store.
Yeah, the ice cream sign on the outside definitely attracted me. Even though I was good and I did not get any ice cream, I'm proud of myself. But, that was definitely a draw.
Yeah, but it was definitely a very unique place to stop for lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had a pimento cheese sandwich that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, I've not really had a pimento cheese sandwich before, so it was kind of a new experience for me. I'll be honest, it was a little salty for my taste, but I mean, it was good.
And now for our stop off at Caesar's Head State Park, which offers this fantastic view.
Yes, very beautiful. I mean, I thought the views at Ball Rock Heritage was amazing. This topped that.
Yeah, yep. This was even better. And then we were able to go down this little, the Devil's Kitchen they called it, this little pathway down through the rocks. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as we were walking down, I had no idea what we were about to experience, but I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, it was definitely an adventure, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing that's always pretty fun on a motorcycle is, going up a mountain. But it's even better to go down the mountain.
Yeah, that vantage point is, to me, the best. So I love the footage from the trip down.
Yeah, and as you can see, there were some nice curves and nice tree cover, which made it just extra beautiful. And yeah, it was a fun ride. So our next stop off was Wildcat Wayside, and I didn't really know what to expect with this, but I was actually pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, especially as we kind of, rode in, we stopped, I'm looking at the sign and I'm thinking, okay, what is this?
Yeah, definitely. But, so I will definitely say, take the time to go ahead and walk the path, because there's a nice waterfall right by the road, but if you just keep on walking, there's a lot more down there and you will be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was definitely kind of deceiving. You can't judge a book by its cover because, again, just driving by, it doesn't look like much. And at first sight, you think, oh, very cute waterfall, and you think that's it. but there's really more to explore once you get on the path.
Yeah, and even with that, I mean, we could have spent a lot more time there. You know, there were some more trails there. You know, so I don't know, we were there probably about 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the shorter stops.
Yeah.
And again, there was a lot more to see, but you know, the things that we did see were really good.
Yeah, absolutely.
What I really liked about this stop were, of course, the waterfalls, but to me, it was like a different experience than the waterfalls that we've seen in the past. In the past, it seemed like the waterfalls were kind of like off in the distance, but this was a different experience. It felt very up close and personal with the waterfalls. I mean, not that you really walked up to the waterfalls, but they just seemed so much closer. I mean, they weren't massive, but they were big enough that you could really actually enjoy the waterfall. But I felt more engaged. I guess that's kind of the word that I'm saying. I felt more engaged exploring these different waterfalls.
So our last stop of the day was to go to Table Rock, which is a beautiful state park. You can see the mountain over there to the left. And we actually stopped by the visitor center and quickly realized that we needed a lot more time to explore Table Rock, probably like at least a whole day. So we decided that we were just going to have to mark it as a place that we're going to have to come back to.
Yeah, I mean, by the time we got here, it was really close to the end of the day, and we didn't really know that there was so much to do there. And with that, we didn't want to rush the experience. So coming back another time was definitely a really good decision.
Yeah, because I mean, there's some pretty legit hiking at this place, you know. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to come back. But you know, while we were there, we stopped by the visitor center. As you can see, there's a beautiful lake, and they had a nice little shop. And
yeah, so definitely make sure you visit the visitor center first, because they're going to give you all the information, the trail maps, everything there is to do before you get there. Plus, you can actually enjoy yourself at the visitor center. This is probably one of the better visitor centers that I've seen, because it's very scenic and things to do there. Thanks for joining us on the first part of our adventure in the Cherokee Foothills. Be sure to join us for part 2. Be sure to check out our selection of travel apparel at shopredsquare.com and our Etsy shop. Links will be in the description. Thank you.